Hello and welcome back. This is Insti, and I'm continuing playing Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express. While we're not on the Orient Express at the moment, but we will get there. Anyways, last episode, we finally, well, finally, we got a few connections to the Armstrong case on people on board of the train. And now we are back with Joanna Locke, and we are trying to find out more where Mr. Clark, also known as Ratchet, also known as Cassetti, not Dischetti, Cassetti, might have gone. Maybe. Well, at least we have a start. But before we check everything, well, we found the mustache, if I remember correctly. Wrong button. Wrong button. It's in inventory, yes. One mustache, so we don't need to find any more. And, well, let's go through everything we can. I think we checked...
I've read it probably 10 times already, but I can't get enough of it. Don't know why.
I know.
Maybe because it helps me sleep?
There's that, and there are books you want to read over and over again and probably find something new. Well, find out something new. Anyways, I digress. Oh yeah, there's the hairpin we found inside the bunker in the vault. Or safe. Alright, we don't want to print anything. Latest.
I don't have time to check the latest crimes. I need to focus on Daisy's case.
Fine. I don't know, somehow these windows brings on my mind Gabriel Knight 3 and the hotel where we start. But fortunately, we don't have to make a fake mustache out of cat's hair. At least, I hope. So if we need to do that, we need to get a water bottle, some syrup, and duct tape. Well, tape, not duct tape. But we have something in here. Bill notice.
A bill from the power company with, I'm sure, plenty of excuses why my rates keep going up.
I hear that. Yes, indeed.
A bill from the power...
Nothing else. Travel lifestyle. Orient Express. Legendary Orient Express celebrates its 140th year birthday with once-in-a-lifetime trip. Fortuna is delighted to be an official sponsor of the Orient Express 140th anniversary. Our spokesman, famed race car driver Antonio Foscarelli, will make the journey on the Orient Express. Oh.
Travel. For the discriminating traveler. Also for the overworked detective who never seems to have time for vacation. Well, I can dream, can't I?
Berkshire Police. Contents of folder. Kidnapping.
Years of no new leads in the Armstrong case, and then this. Michael Clark, the sarcastic reporter, my prime suspect in the kidnapping, murdered 4 years ago?
The body of investigative reporter Michael Clark was found buried in his Boston backyard. Clark was killed by a single shot to the chest. State of decomposition suggests an estimated date of death and burial fall 2018. This is not my night at all.
This is Michael Clark? He doesn't look anything like the journalist I interviewed. Michael, you have earned a place on my evidence board.
I'm sure he's touched. Oh, read. Oh, nothing more, which I did already read. So we checked everything from here. All of the important clues you find are automatically added to the evidence board on the wall. You can consult them at any time by selecting the evidence board. Thank you. So we can interact with that. But let's go through the box. I need to know what's in the box. Abduction cabin, keyring with keychain.
The lab team found this keychain in the cabin, but they wouldn't have bothered to examine the keys once the DA shut down the investigation. The keys were just tossed in the evidence box along with everything else. It's too unusual not to demand a closer look.
A die. 12-sided? Oh yes. Probably somebody plays RPG. This seems like a puzzle. Okay. So, a button. I don't know. Okay. Ah. Huh. Oh, okay. We have... Well, of course. A skull. Well, I'll have to say that people on the evidence sector didn't do their job.
A USB key. Let's plug it into my PC and see what nasty little secret it contains.
Nasty hobbitses. I don't know.
A USB
Nope. And back. Now we have it. And there's this. And it, well, we have some... Can I interact with anything else? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Let's do it like so. I'll start with this. So, is it 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1? Okay. So that worked. Interesting blade.
What do they call this? Brass knuckles? Knuckle dusters? Illegal in Massachusetts. Possession alone can lead to serious jail time.
Well, it's not a brass knuckle, but yeah, it's a smallish punching dagger or something like that.
What do they call this? Brass knuckles? Knuckle dusters? Illegal in Massachusetts.
Nope. Too far. Yes. Too far. Let's open it a little bit because, yeah, we have that die still and a few keys. Another puzzle. Right.
What do we have here? A flashlight. They can also conceal knives, but in this case we have lockpicks.
Well, color me surprised. Interesting tools, and again, the people on the evidence part didn't do their job. Seems like a pocket knife. 3569, is that important?
A key knife. They sell them on the internet for self-protection.
So let's check the rest of the keys, if we can. Well, we can't check this. And so it was 3569. Nope. Why did I press the right button? I don't know. 3569. Yeah, I can see it from here. 3569. So 3, 5, 6, 9. A pill.
What do we find? A capsule and a smell. Bitter almonds. Cyanide. What do we find? A capsule and a smell. Bitter almonds.
Yeah. No. No, no. We're done with... Oh, jeez. I was trying to skip text. Plush toy belonged to the victim.
Daisy's plush toy.
We're not taking it, apparently. Nope. Wait. Turn around. Abduction.
So clever. All that evidence, and yet no DNA found.
Except on the one.
The only fingerprints found on the bottle were Suzanne's.
Which would have been quite easy to get. Just give her the bottle.
Suzanne's hair, so conveniently left in the cabin for us to find. It was planted. I knew she was innocent.
So I think I've checked the box now. Now let's see what we can do with this. Connect two items in the board together to create a link between them and make conclusion about the investigation.
I knew it. The faces don't match at all. They are clearly two different men. I should run facial recognition on my computer.
Yes, let's see what we can do. Arrest warrant of Suzanne. Record of calls from that night. Evidence of kidnapping. Oh, District Attorney McQueen, indeed. Boston shooting victim still unidentified. Autopsy report, tattoo. No. John Armstrong. Suicide of John Armstrong. So whole family is dead, yes. Well, let's go to the computer. I'm still not certain what I'm supposed to... Why do I see the mouse now? Let's start with facial recognition.
Okay. The real Michael Clark has been dead for years. Let's see if the photo of the fake Michael Clark matches someone in the database of known criminals. I've tried this several times in the past few years, but came up empty. Maybe whoever he really is has finally made a mistake.
So... Well, it's obviously this.
That could be him, but he looks pretty different.
Does he now? What had changed between the two photos? Let's start with glasses.
Yes, he seems different at first glance, but still it's the same person.
Beard.
All right.
Hair.
Okay.
So what is the... Mouth is similar. Well, his nose is a bit bigger. Oh. Mouth is same, I would say. Forehead, more wrinkles, but I'll go with the nose.
He's changed his appearance a lot. Probably had some plastic surgery on his nose, but there is no doubt it's the same person. Let's see why he was arrested.
Arrested November 23rd, 2023 at Yerevan Airport in Armenia, in possession of stolen ancient artifacts. The three Mesopotamian statuettes were confiscated and placed under sequestration by the court. The man paid bail. The trial is set for January 5th, 2024. Samuel Ratchet.
Mr. Ratchet, you didn't just steal statuettes. What recent information does the database have on you?
Okay. Samuel Ratchet.
It's so frustrating. I have a name, but I can't find anything about him. But I know just who to call.
Ghostbusters?
Robot Defense League, we are monitoring this call.
Hello, Braid. Long time.
Oh, Joanna. Hey, how may I assist you?
I need you to search the dark web.
Yeah, can you narrow that down a little? Cause, it's pretty big and pretty dark out here.
Could you find intel about a Samuel Ratchet?
Samuel Ratchet. Got it. Bad dude?
They don't come worse. Send me what you find by email.
Alright, hang on. Okay. Yeah, okay. Nope. And okay. Oh, this might be something. I gotta do a deeper dive, but you should find this interesting. Could be coincidence if I believed in them. Emailing details.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
We're here to save mankind. Oh, it's a cookbook.
Right. Why my mouse is on the screen? Be right back. Well, it's stuck there.
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
Email. Booking made by Hector McQueen. Date of reservation June 2nd, 2033. 2023. I'm skipping a decade. Departure Istanbul, Turkey. Arrival Paris, France. Date of departure December 15th, 2023. Arrival date December 18th, 2023. Passengers 3. Hector McQueen, Samuel Ratchet, Edward Masterman.
The Orient Express. I'm gonna print these tickets and put them on the board.
Nice. Now, USB key. Cassetti Lanfranco.
Shaved off the Metro beard. But I'd recognize that smug bastard anywhere. The man I interviewed 4 years ago posing as Michael Clark. This goes on the board.
Okay, anything else? Money. Tattoo. And money.
Maybe they needed to show the ransom to someone to check if the serial numbers were still on record. I'll print them, and on the wall they go.
Okay. Lanfranco Cassetti.
Absolutely nothing on this Cassetti. His driver's license is almost surely a fake.
Ooh. Well, let's check the board. So this... Well, we have the tattoo over here and we have the tattoo over here. Let's connect these.
This tattoo is the same on both pictures.
Indeed it is. So that is, he is connected. No. So let's put this here.
Goodbye, Michael Clark. Hello, Samuel Ratchet. The man who stole your identity and your life.
Yes. And let's put this here too.
So, Ratchet's real name was Cassetti.
And then we take this and connect it here. Nope. Still nothing. Ratchet.
This is Ratchet's ticket.
Masterman Orient Express. Hector McQueen Orient Express. Let's connect these.
The person traveling with Ratchet has the same last name as my district attorney during the Armstrong case?
Indeed. Second and first. Do I need to connect these? Apparently I do. Well, I don't know if I need to, but anyways. Do I? Nope. Do I connect
As Ratchet is alive, the dead man can only be Noah.
Yes, that's what I was trying to do, but apparently I needed to connect right here. So, where do we connect this ticket then? Evidence of kidnapping. Do I need to connect these? Nope. I might as well try this, but there's no here, I mean, okay. What else do I need to do that here? Or do I need to do anything in here? Let's see. Ah, Hector McQueen. One result. Hector McQueen, July 7th, 1938, date of birth, nationality USA, telephone +1 413 555 9532. Notes: no criminal record. Son of Massachusetts State District Attorney McQueen. Last known job: personal assistant, private secretary.
I knew it. He's the son of my former DA. He goes on the evidence board.
So let's go and stick him on the wall. Wait, what is happening here now? Okay, now I take it. Okay, good. And
Hector McQueen is the son of District Attorney McQueen.
And
here's what Hector McQueen looks like.
Yes. And he is connected to Ratchet.
This guy works for Ratchet, and if that's a coincidence, I'll eat my badge.
Oh, please don't. It's probably sticky. Well, hard to digest anyways. Let's connect these two then. Nope, that doesn't work. Do I want to connect Daisy? Nope. Ratchet's Orient Express digit. Whatever. Ticket. What am I missing? Oh, we can check these. DA and the person traveling with Ratchet have the same last name. Hector McQueen is the Ratchet's assistant. McQueen is the son of a DA. Yes, we do know that. One goes imposter, indeed. Woman name. Victim is Noah because Ratchet is alive. Well, that definitely makes sense. Do I want to try to connect anything? Nope. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with the mouse cursor. That basically made everything a little bit wonky for a while there.
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
No, I want to... So we don't have anything in here at the moment. So the question is, what do I need to connect in here? Do I connect these?
The DA resigned soon after the Armstrong case. It haunted him just as it has haunted me.
Okay. Do I want to connect these tickets?
These tickets were all booked by McQueen.
Okay. So I probably want to just put some lines there going on. Right. So what else? What is the evidence of kidnapping? A ladder was found outside, yes. The windows openable only from the inside was found open. Traces of four-wheel drive was found in the area around the house. Do I need to connect these? Or nope. Yep. What do I need to connect now? Nope. So there's nothing more in here. No. Oh, that's a weird painting. We don't need to check that. So definitely we need to connect something on something. Do I want to connect these? Let's just do it. Right. I have no idea what I'm gonna connect now, if I'm completely honest. We have tickets connected to him. He bought them. We don't have anything about Masterman. Of course, we know who he is now, but not on this situation. What do we need to... John Armstrong. We have Boston shooting with him is still unidentified, although he is not because he's Noah. Anything on the ransom photos? Do we have something we could connect them? Oh, do I need to connect these? Nope. No. No. Huh. Records of that night. Suzanne Morrow, Suzanne Morrow. Wait. Did we saw a number somewhere? I'm trying to remember if we saw a number somewhere. Probably. Of course, I can start to just putting the strings around. Don't know if that's... No. Do I need to connect? Nope. Okay, what am I missing? I'm fairly certain it's staring at my face at the moment. For some reason, I can't really understand what I need to connect here. Do I need to connect this? Nope. Basically what? Samuel Ratchet. I don't really know. Of course, I could use a hint. Nothing. So there's nothing in here which I missed. No. His number is 555-9532. Let's see. 9532. Come on. No. No 9. There's no 9532. Yeah, it's only 30. So nothing in there.
I know I have to stop printing.
Yes.
It's bad for the planet.
No results. Email.
The Orient Express.
But they are
I'm gonna
already
print
there. Yeah.
these tickets and
Why?
put them on the board.
Well, it was still something I could interact with.
Mr. Ratchet, you didn't just steal statuettes. What recent information does the database have on you?
So, no. There is nothing new in here. So what do I need to connect here? You retired. You are working for Ratchet. Okay. Oh, the music is back. I have no idea. I'm missing something. I'm definitely missing something. Okay, we don't have anything inside here, but we have the thing about the Orient Express, the booklet. Do we have it inside here, maybe? No. Oh, is it here? Okay, we have it. Do we need to check this then?
The Orient Express departs from Istanbul next week. Interesting. I'll put it on the board.
Okay, so we were definitely missing something, which we already knew basically, but anyways, let's stick it in. Do I just go with...
Ratchet will be traveling on the Orient Express in a week.
You do realize we don't need that. We have departure and arrival dates. Bloody hell. Okay, I'll have to say this string thing looks nice, but it's definitely more
Hector
like...
McQueen will be on the Orient Express next week.
Again, we got the bloody dates.
Next week, a certain Edward Masterman will be on the Orient Express.
Indeed. I'll have to say, why are we doing this? So, what more do I need? Do I need to go to the computer now and book my tickets? Maybe?
I know I have to stop printing.
No.
It's bad for the planet.
Okay, no. So, what do I stick in here now? Money? Nope. No. Oh, I can inspect these. I didn't realize. Oh. 20.22 caliber bullet was recovered, but no matches could be found in law enforcement databases. Victims face 2 damage with a heavy blunt instrument such as a sledgehammer to be used for facial recognition. No database match for the victim's teeth could be found. Tips of the fingertips tips of the fingers were removed, so no prints recovered. Surprisingly, a tattoo approximately 1 inch square was found on the inside of the subject's right wrist. Again, no matches in databases could be found. Considering the other mutilations to inhibit identification, why was the tattoo untouched? That is good. Excuse me, that is a good question. No. No. So what am I gonna stick now? Everybody's in the train. That is true. Do I... Are you connected to kidnapping? Am I missing something more? Let's check the papers if there's something more.
The event? Some old train? But that face, that man.
Okay. Are you thinking that he would be the... What do we know about this? Fortune spokesman travels on the Orient Express. Race car driver. So do you... Well... I'm gonna... Nope. Nope.
Foscarelli will be on the Orient Express next week.
Okay, but please enlighten me. Why do we need to know this? Nope. Still back. Foscarelli is traveling on the Orient Express. Yes, that face, that man. So, wow.
I know that face. That's John Armstrong's driver.
Right.
Damn, Ratchet is taking the Orient Express next week. McQueen, the district attorney's son, is too. Foscarelli, the Armstrong chauffeur, is too. It can't be a coincidence. McQueen and Foscarelli must have decided to take revenge and will undoubtedly attack Ratchet on this train. I have to be on the Orient Express to stop them. And above all, I must stop Ratchet. But I can't do it in Istanbul because there's no extradition treaty with the United States. Ratchet can never be judged in the US without an extradition treaty. I'll have to wait until he's in Paris to have him arrested.
Okay, fine. Probably we should have remembered, do we? Yeah, that would have probably be a bit easy if I remembered the original case files where there were something about the driver also. But unfortunately, can I even... No, I don't have them in here. Anyway, nothing in here. Connect the clues. So one is still missing. Or do I need to go and get the ticket before we can continue? Let's see that first. Oh. Can I save this because I would like to restart this again because I'm... Because I have a bit of a problem with that mouse cursor. It just went overboard and it shouldn't have. So I'll be right back. Okay, now it seems like it's working. Now there's no mouse cursor. I think it bugged. Hopefully it doesn't come back because when it comes out, it goes on the second screen and can cause problems because it then minimizes the game. It did 2 times on the last thing. Well, it did two things. Ah! See. Basically, it did twice. Hopefully, it stays away. Anyways. Let's see. Let's... Ooh.
Every compartment is taken for this special anniversary journey. Oh, it's impossible to find a ticket. What can I do?
Maybe buy a ticket from someone?
Let's find out who's traveling on the Orient Express. Time to call Braid.
Braid! It's me again.
I haven't found anything useful yet.
I need one last favor. But it's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Can you find me the list of passengers of the Orient Express for that anniversary trip?
Hold on. Jeez, their IT is surprisingly good. Maybe because of the big event. I found the list, but they sealed my back door as I was starting to capture it.
Oh no.
Whoa, calm down. I got one name. Female. The name I got before they kicked me off the server was Stacy Johnson. Do you feel like a Stacy Johnson?
The question is, how is she going to feel about helping me?
That's one you'll have to figure out for yourself. I gotta go back to weaving my magic on the web.
Did I... Wait, what? I apparently connected those. Find Stacy's contact and call her. So we have two people. Well, we already knew about McQueen, but we have one more who is connected to Armstrong's. Stacy. Actress, starred in the movie Love and Despair. Sponsor of several associations helping sick children. Arrested for attacking a paparazzi. Case settled out of court. Well. 9533. Do I need to press something here? Yes.
Hello, is this Stacy Johnson?
Who's asking?
Let's go with the police
My
detective.
name is Joanna Locke. I'm a police detective.
And I'm just an actress. Now what did I do wrong?
Nothing. I need your help. I need to take your place in the Orient Express.
Is this a joke? No way.
I don't think he cares about Armstrong case, so let's go with intimidate.
I can get an arrest warrant if you don't cooperate.
You gonna pull it out of your hat? I've done nothing wrong. Lately. I'm hanging up. Goodbye.
Wait,
Okay, let's talk about the Armstrong case then.
do you remember the Armstrong kidnapping?
Of course I do. That poor little girl.
I'm a police officer. I have a new lead that may help me find her killer.
Wait, didn't they prove it was the nanny?
I have new.
I have found compelling new evidence. I've reopened my investigation.
You know, I had my doubts about the murderous nanny. I played a nanny a couple years ago in a slasher. I was killed in the first episode, but it got me interested in helping kids.
Okay, so you understand the situation.
Stacy, please. You say you help kids?
Well, I joined a couple of associations who are trying to help underprivileged kids. If this little girl's real killer is still out there somewhere, I'd do anything I could to help.
Getting me on that train will help more than you can imagine.
So, you want my ticket for the Orient Express? But I booked it months ago. I was so much looking forward to this trip.
Nice gesture, or buy the ticket twice its price.
Stacy, I can tell you care about kids. Here's your chance to help put this beast in prison for the rest of his life. Think of the publicity for those causes you care about. Think about the kids.
Kids. Yeah. Alright. We'll do it for Daisy and the kids who suffer. I'll take care of changing the tickets to your name and send it to you. Get him. Make him pay.
I will. Thank you so much.
Well, that went a bit differently than I thought it would go, but okay, that's good.
Stacy was as good as her word. I received the ticket. I called my chief to let him know I was taking my vacation time. I had coming. I flew to Istanbul. I was finally going to nail the monster responsible for Daisy Armstrong's death, Michael Clark's death, even his accomplice, and, I suspected, so many others as well. You know the rest.
So, now we are in a pickle. Oh, let's see.
And that's how I found myself on this train. On Ratchet's trail. The rest, you know. My identity is easily checked with the Berkshire Police.
Thank you for your detailed account, Mademoiselle Locke. In addition to giving us crucial details of the investigation, you have made it clear that there are many who might wish to see Ratchet dead.
Innocent.
I know you are innocent. Your forthright testimony and your movements, or lack of them, last night eliminate you from our list of suspects.
I agree, without a doubt. Another detective will be great help to the investigation.
Book.
Although my friend certainly does not need any help.
You are too kind.
Thank you for believing me. I'd like to help in any way I can.
Do not worry, Mademoiselle Locke. Already I see things more clearly. It's obvious whoever drugged you was trying to derail your investigation.
You mean the person who did this to me is Ratchet's killer?
Both Monsieur Michel and Fraulein Schmidt had the means and opportunity to drug you. While you get your strength back, I intend to interview them.
Excellent idea, my friend. All this excitement has whetted my appetite. I'm sure Mademoiselle Locke won't say no to a good, invigorating meal.
What? No, I want to hear what the conductor and Fräulein Schmidt have to say for themselves.
It is my duty to ensure the well-being of the passengers. If Dr. Constantine has no objection, I will escort you to the restaurant car.
On the contrary, some food will do her the greatest good.
Well, I'm still a little shaky. Mr. Poirot, will you please keep me informed about what you learn?
You may be certain of it.
New mystery discovered. Who killed a Ratchet? Ratty the Ratchet. Honestly, let's continue. Mrs. Schmidt. Where is she? Okay. How many inventory items do we have to be found? Sorry, 3 mustaches. Now if... I think there was a list somewhere. Do I have it in... It's not in the inventory. Oh, bloody hell. But, I'm sorry, this is a bit annoying. Mysteries? No. No. Michelle had it, but anyways, who are you? Oh, yes.
All that snow.
Are you familiar with the concept of entropy, Monsieur McQueen?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, I didn't see you. Entropy? Randomness in a system or something?
Yes. Unpredictability. Even the best laid plans can go astray, thanks to something as simple as...
An unexpected passenger?
Perhaps. Or snow.
Excuse me? Well, basically we can't go in wrong rooms.
Are you all right, Mr. Poirot? And Ms. Locke? Has she had symptoms again?
I didn't mean to disturb you, Doctor. Everything progresses satisfactorily.
Oh. Nice train clock.
Book is a collector, and not surprisingly, he collects trains.
Yes. Very lovely train. Do we have any mustaches around here? Hey, have you seen a few mustaches? Not including ones we have on ourselves, on our person. Okay, fine. I'll have to go get something to drink soon, but let's continue a little bit further. I might as well check outside. Ah, what a lovely starry night. Bit freezing. Wait a minute. The Revenge of the Sneeze came back. Anyways, let's move forward. Check the bathroom, of course. Probably nothing. So 202, that's our room. Or wait, was it? I can't even remember anymore. Bloody hell. Anyways, I'm gonna check everything where I can go, just in case there might be some mustaches lying about.
I have nothing to ask them at the moment. I should leave them alone.
Well, I was kinda going to check in the room, but anyways, no, we don't have the list anymore. No. Nothing whatsoever, maybe, hopefully. So I guess everybody's dining or around here. Probably I will miss those mustaches. Wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Good evening, Fräulein Schmidt. May I disturb you for a moment?
You asked so politely, mein Herr, but I do not think I have a choice.
Let's ask... Wakes up.
I wanted to let you know that your roommate, Mademoiselle Locke, is awake.
Ah, yes, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about her. Did she tell you what had happened to her?
I could push her.
Unfortunately, she doesn't remember much, but we found a residue of a sleeping pill in her cup of tea. Since you two were alone together in your room when she drank it, who else but you could have dragged her?
Must I point out I do not make the tea on this train? You should question the conductor or the kitchen staff.
Must I point out, making the tea doesn't mean that you couldn't drug her. You have sleeping pill. She almost died. Let's go with that.
Mademoiselle Locke could have died. Whoever drugged her must not feel any empathy for their fellow human beings, given the dose that Mademoiselle Locke ingested. She was close to death.
Oh my God. What did I do? I didn't want to hurt her. Just have her sleep for a few hours while we had time.
We? Time for what? Time for what, Madame Schmidt?
You think I feel nothing? Nothing? That poor, poor little girl.
Indeed, that poor, poor little girl. Fräulein Schmidt is somehow connected to the Armstrong case.
What could be the link between Mrs. Smith and the Armstrong affair? Wait. They had a cook. I'll go with the cook.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot. Fräulein Schmidt, I have a certain reputation for sniffing out...
I am not a murderer.
Forgive me, but I was going to say brilliant chefs. You were the Armstrong family's cook, were you not?
But yes, I was the cook of that lovely, lovely family. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to give me some time to collect myself. It wasn't supposed to be like this, my darling, my poor darling child.
I will give you that time, Fräulein. You have given me much more in exchange. I must check in with my other suspects to make certain I have all the pieces of the puzzle in my possession.
Yes. What else? Of course, I'm gonna go to the train now that I'm doing it. Of course, and I will try to find those mustaches, which I... Oh, there's at least one. At least I found one. That makes me really happy.
Golden mustache.
Can I get you something, Monsieur Poirot? Everyone is so tense.
An aperitif soon, Monsieur Fauchet, with pleasure, when the matter is resolved.
Okay. What are you doing here?
Jean, you've mixed everything up again. Oh, I can't find the coffee liqueur for tonight's dessert. Jean, you've mixed everything up again. Oh, I can't find the coffee liqueur for tonight's dessert.
Interesting to see how we deal with the denouement in this game. We have Book here.
You're right, Mr. Book. This dessert is delicious. I'm glad we didn't wait for dinner.
I promise the entrée will be superb as well.
Detective Locke, you are recovering well, I see.
Yes, I should be helping with the investigation. Do you know who drugged me?
It is early yet for conclusions. When I return, then we shall see.
Do not worry, Poirot. She is in good hands. Hotaru, Freya, and yours truly are looking after her.
Good. Yummy. Now I'm hungry. I'm tired and hungry. Good combination. And I probably need something to drink still. Anyways, let's move on a little bit. Why did I open this? I don't know. There's nothing there. Ah, but there it is.
Come to Poirot, my exquisitely sculpted friend.
Come to Poirot. Hello?
Not now. Not now. I have a dinner to prepare. Would you interrupt Michelangelo or Da Vinci?
Well, depending what I need to ask about them. Oh, just like that. So let's move a little bit further down the compartments. And of course, every toilet as we can. With my luck, we are not finding the last one. The mustache, I mean. Hello, Michel.
Good evening, Michel. Am I bothering you? You seem stressed.
With everything that's going on, I must admit, it's difficult to be relaxed.
Of course, I understand. Especially since we know that Detective Locke's tea was drugged before it was served to her.
Detective?
Come now, Michel. Surely you would have taken the opportunity to search her things and found her badge. Luckily, she woke up and was finally able to tell us her story.
Hotaru boiled the water, Jean made the tea. I just brought it. Sir, it could have been any of the staff.
Your defense is to accuse others? You have a network connection?
No, unfortunately.
It's just an automatic reminder to pay my rent. I always forget, and my landlord complains.
Pierre Michel had to be involved in the murder. The drugged tea, his post at the end of the hall, and now I know why I know more than one of those people on the screen.
Who is the person on the left? Well, isn't that Pierre Michel?
Yes.
Well, Suzanne Moreau.
Well done.
Wait. Now I'm mixing up the names. Hardman.
Right.
Cyrus the Virus.
That's the right answer. You are the father of Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's nanny. My condolences on the death of your wife.
What? But my wife...
Enough lies. Suzanne does not bear your name?
No. Suzanne's mother and I were divorced. Suzanne kept her mother's name.
My most sincere condolences, Monsieur Michel, on the deaths of Suzanne and your wife.
This job, I loved them, but I was never there for them. Then, a year after the divorce, Solange became ill. Suzanne took her to this special hospital in the US. Got that job as Daisy's nanny.
I understand your pain, and the reason that led you to drug Detective Locke.
We really can't hide anything from you, can we?
Many have been foolish enough to try and keep the truth from Hercule Poirot.
Yes, I admit, I drugged the tea. But it was only to keep her quiet, until I could... But she reacted so much to the sleeping pills.
She was lucky, as are you, that she didn't die. To be frank, there is one more thing that puzzled me, but I think I understand now.
Hardman. Hardman was the future son-in-law of Mr. Michel. I would go with the boyfriend.
You have a certain fondness for Monsieur Hardman, no?
Cyrus is a good friend, and I appreciate him a lot, but it's not that. Cyrus was my daughter's fiancé.
Well, okay, fine.
I almost consider Cyrus as my own son.
Of course. Much more is clear now. I have been patient long enough. It is time to go and see what all the commotion is next door.
Indeed, soon. Okay, so he indeed was a fiancé. I'm just checking if there are some monsters hiding about. Probably are, but I can't really see. Let's open this door then. What the hell are you doing?
Monsieur Hardman, excellent. The gods who watch over detectives must have trapped you here.
Why didn't they watch over me? I'm a detective too. I was talking to Michelle about a leaky faucet, and I wanted to go out, but you showed up.
No need to invent some preposterous story.
But really,
Michel has told me everything. You are the fiancé of Suzanne Moreau, his daughter.
Oh. I see.
Surely this is not a big surprise to you.
No. Suzanne was the only woman I ever loved. And I failed her. We got into a spat. It was nothing, but I was too proud to apologize. We weren't speaking at all. Suzanne never really cared for that guy Noah. She would have forgiven me. If only. If only.
If only. A common refrain between lovers who quarrel. Obviously, Pierre Michel and Fräulein Schmidt both drugged Detective Locke's tea, causing the overdose. No wonder she had so much trouble waking up. Time to report my findings to her and Book.
No. So let's see. Monsieur Hartman. Hartman? Where are you? Okay, you're 55. Oh, Samara was 35. Okay. I was... Chef's Kiss Ultimate Edition.
I wonder if our master chef gets his recipes from a game.
All right, indeed, it's a game. I was thinking more about book, but then when he said it's a game, oh, Be Delicious Ultimate Edition. Oh, nice. Classic salty. Oh, there's the last mustache.
Another golden mustache to treasure.
So I think we're pretty much done in here, and I really didn't need to come here anymore because I think we also have all the mustaches we can fill in our inventory, at least in this chapter. So let's go back. So many chefs in this, making this soup.
So, my friend, tell me, you have something new?
Excuse me, wait a minute. I'll go get something to drink also. Okay, so let's continue. Let's start with the sleeping pills.
Mademoiselle Locke, I know who drugged you. Fräulein Schmidt and our conductor Pierre Michel both admitted putting sleeping pills into your tea. This explains your overdose. They are relieved you are recovering.
Michel drugged a passenger? On behalf of the company, I offer my apologies to you, Mademoiselle Locke. Michel will answer for this outrage.
Both of them? I was pretty sure about Fräulein Schmidt, but I admit that I did not suspect the conductor.
And the Armstrong affair.
I have uncovered multiple connections with the Armstrong case. Pierre Michel is the father of Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nanny, and Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé. As for Hildegard Schmidt, she was the cook of the Armstrong family. What a coincidence, don't you think?
But it's incredible! What are the odds that so many people linked to that tragic affair ended up on the same train?
About the same as you winning the lottery, my friend.
I wasn't the officer who interviewed Fräulein Schmidt back then, so she couldn't recognize me here on the train. How could they know who I was?
There were other passengers who might have. Or she may have seen you when you visited the Armstrong home. It is now clear to me that some of the clues to this elaborate plot were staged for my benefit.
What did they want me to believe? The murderer got on the train at Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and then got off immediately. The murderer boarded the train at Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and is still on the train. The killer got in the train in Istanbul, killed Ratchet, and got off in Belgrade. I don't think it's probably not this. It's either one of these. The problem is what they want him to believe is that the murderer left. I will go with that.
That was easy. Some clues and information collected so far could lead to a hypothesis. The murderer boarded the train in Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and then left the train immediately.
How did you come to that possibility?
Monsieur Hardman told me about a short man with a high-pitched voice who threatened Ratchet. Imagine for a moment that this man, wearing a wagon-lit conductor's jacket, killed him while Michel was on the platform at Vinkovsky. This murderer then hid the conductor's jacket in Detective Locke's room, then fled before the train left.
Why choose Detective Locke's room?
Why, indeed. Let me re-explain from the beginning.
The murder boards on the train discarded as a conduct. Reconstruct the events of the false lead. Okay. Murder boards train. The murderer gets off the train. Pierre Michel gets back on the train, which leaves 12:10. The murderer leaves knife. The murderer leaves the knife there, losing jacket button in the process. The train stops at Vinkovsky at midnight. Michel goes down the platform. Murderer gets rid of the jacket and murderer kills Ratchet. And okay, so no. We are stopping. Yes. Murderer boards the train. The murderer kills Ratchet and exits through Madame Abad's room. The murderer leaves the knife there, losing the jacket button in the process. The murderer gets rid of the jacket, gets off the train, and Pierre Michel gets back on the train.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Mon Dieu! Oui! That must be it! Everything fits so well!
It fits too well, my friend. Other clues lead to a second hypothesis, much more plausible.
What is the most probable hypothesis? There are several murderers who escaped to Vinkovsky. No. There are several murderers who wanted Ratchet's money. No. There are several murders all related to Armstrong case. Do we... Well, at this point, if we are choosing incorrectly, I will kick my ass.
Et voilà. So, we have multiple murderers, all related to the Armstrong case. The murderer from Vinkovsky was a fabrication to turn suspicion away from those on the train. They expected the investigation to be led by some small-town official who could easily be misled.
Mr. Poirot?
Detective Locke, forgive me. You are an obvious exception. You tracked Ratchet with the tenacity of a bloodhound. Unfortunately for the killers, they not only had you to deal with, but now they had, and I say this with all modesty, the world's greatest detective, Hercule Poirot, dropped into the midst of their meticulous planning.
Multiple murderers? Multiple detectives? Poirot, please take pity on me. Who is linked to this case, and who is not?
My poor friend, I have gone speeding out of the station without you. I will continue.
Pretty much everybody except... Who are the 9 people we know are connected to the Armstrong case? Let's start. Well, Dragomirov, Foscarelli, Michel, McQueen... Wait a minute. Arbuthnot, Debenham, Hildegard Schmidt, Ratchet, Ellen Andreny, and, well, basically, and you too. Of course, you could say Joanna Locke is connected to you. So what do we have left? We have Arbuthnot. Like, well, yeah. Debenham. For sure. Book and Robert Constantine. I don't think these are connected. Caroline Hubbard. Greta Olson and Freja Nielsen. Oh, okay, you're not the one I'm thinking. Okay, let's confirm.
I must admit I'm not right this time.
Oh, sorry. What was the wrong one then? Oh, sorry, we can't say that you were connected, although you are, but you're not. Oh, okay, that was my mistake then. If I only remember. Well, of course, Locke is connected, but are we... Do I want to take this? Let's go with this. Yes. But he's
That's
too...
the right answer. Fräulein Schmidt, Pierre Michel, Monsieur Hardman and Monsieur McQueen are all linked to the Armstrong case. I also know that Sonia Armstrong's sister and godmother, Countess Andreni and Princess Dragomirov, are on this train. And finally, Detective Locke discovered that Mr. Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
If we add Detective Locke and Ratchet, of the 12 passengers in that coach, 9 have a connection with the Armstrong case. What next, Poirot? Or should I say, who next?
It is time to summon everyone.
Everyone? Even Dr. Constantine? The train crew other than Michel?
Dr. Constantine, yes. I will need him. But we don't want the others as witnesses.
I will see that their duties keep them occupied elsewhere.
Excellent. I have always thought this moment in a case is much like Rodin unveiling the thinker before a captivated audience. A work of art. Have you not felt that way, Detective?
No, Mr. Poirot. I'm happy just to slap the cuffs on him.
Well, there is some artistry in that as well, I suppose.
Where would you like the unveiling, Poirot? The lounge?
Perfect.
Then I will gather all the passengers in the lounge.
But if we are counting Michel connected to the case, well, he is a father of that person. I would still say the Count Adreni should be connected too. But anyways, that's my opinion, because of course he definitely knew what was happening because of his wife. Wait, do I want to make a save? Is this a new chapter or not? Let's see the inventory. Probably this is... Nope, this is not a new. So let's continue and see how I fail the next part. It's not what I know, it's what I can prove. And there's the onion. Which I probably fail, but it should be funny anyways, at least. Because there are a few connections, if I remember correctly.
Monsieur Bouc, are the train crew locked in their quarters?
Yes, they are.
Then the stage is set for the final act. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gathered you together to hear my reconstruction of the murder of Samuel Edward Ratchet, also known as Cassetti. There is not one, but 2 possible solutions of the crime. I shall put them both before you, and I shall ask Monsieur Bouc and Dr. Constantine here to judge which solution is the correct one.
2 solutions?
Mr. Poirot, I am hardly qualified.
Nevertheless, your assistance is required. Now, you all know the facts of the case. Ratchet was found stabbed to death this morning. He was last known to be alive at 12:37 a.m. last night, when he spoke to the wagon-lit conductor through the door. His watch was found to be badly dented, and it had stopped at 1:15. Dr. Constantine, who examined the body, puts the time of death as having occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning. At half an hour after midnight, as you all know, the train ran into a snowdrift. After that time, it was impossible for anyone to leave the train. So, Here is my first theory. The enemy, as Ratchet expected, joined the train at Vinkovsky by the door left open by Captain Arbuthnot and Monsieur McQueen, who had just descended to the platform. He was equipped with a wagon-lit jacket, which he wore over his ordinary clothes, and a pass key which enabled him to gain access to Ratchet's compartment in spite of the doors being locked. Ratchet was under the influence of a sleeping draught. This man stabbed him with great ferocity, 12 wounds in all. He left the compartment through the communicating door to Madame Hubbard's compartment.
Yes, that's so. Scared me half out of my wits.
The murderer thrust the dagger he had used into Mrs. Hubbard's handbag in passing. Without knowing it, he lost a button of his uniform. Then he slipped out of the compartment and along the corridor. He put the uniform jacket into Detective Locke's suitcase to cast suspicion on her. And a few minutes later, dressed in his ordinary clothes, he left the train just before it started off again, using the same means for egress, the door near the dining car. That is the first hypothesis. But there's a second. For that, we must examine the motive for the crime. Why was Ratchet killed?
Revenge.
The motive is clear. Revenge, of course. Nothing was stolen, and we know that Ratchet had made many enemies. This was a premeditated crime, meticulously planned.
Several mods.
Since the kidnapping and death of little Daisy Armstrong, which traumatized many people close to the family. Even when the police concluded that it was Suzanne Moreau, questions remained. Detective Locke continued her investigation, as did others. They became convinced the truth lay elsewhere. We now know who the real murderer of Daisy is.
Ratchet.
It is clear now that Daisy's killer was Ratchet, also known as Cassetti and Michael Clark and how many other names. But of course, many of you have known this for a long time. It is obvious that the 12 stab wounds are not a random number. Dr. Constantine's analysis revealed that some stab wounds appeared to have been caused by a right-handed attacker. Others indicated the knife wielder was left-handed. Some wounds were deep, more than one fatal. Yet others were not much more than mere scratches. What can explain these discrepancies? This leads us to an obvious conclusion. They are symbolic.
Jury in the United States.
12 stabs. 12! The same number as a trial jury in the United States. But not just a jury of 12 members condemning him to death, but 12 executioners as well. This self-appointed jury had meticulously planned for everything except
snow.
Snow. The avalanche that stopped us, as well as the presence of not one but 2 detectives on the train. They had to improvise, to hastily add clues and false leads.
Well, basically all of these. Broken watch, vaping liquid, conductor's jacket, the red kimono. Well, hastily add. Let's go with the vaping liquid.
A vial of vaping liquid incriminated Captain Arbuthnot. However, he had a solid alibi confirmed by Monsieur McQueen. Impossible then to suspect him.
Red kimono.
This woman in a red kimono does not exist. I don't know which of the passengers it was. It does not really matter. It was just a performance, a charade to introduce another possible culprit to muddy the waters.
Let's go with the broken watch then.
The time on Ratchet's broken watch was deliberately set to conceal the true time of the crime.
So I'm still choosing all of these. Why did I need to do this then?
The conductor's jacket, found in Detective Locke's suitcase, was put there only to cast suspicion upon her. All these false leads were intended for me. But I am Poirot. I understood the truth. We have a train full of suspects. It's time to identify who the real culprits are. Let's start with Detective Locke.
No. She was struck.
Planting the conductor's jacket in her suitcase was an attempt to implicate Detective Locke, but she couldn't fake her drugged condition. Dr. Constantine can testify that the drugged tea incapacitated her for hours, and she had 2 relapses. Let us move on to Monsieur McQueen. When I told him about Cassetti, he looked very surprised that I managed to make the connection between him and the Armstrong case. He told me, "But I thought we had..." I think he meant...
Clues.
You thought you didn't leave any real clues linking the murder to the Armstrong kidnapping. Moreover, you insisted that Ratchet did not speak French when you knew I had heard a voice calling out in French that was supposed to be Ratchet.
Okay, I probably failed this, but I'll go with yes. Torn for his father?
You took some pleasure in leaving me false clues, I think. It was quite annoying. But you told me yourself that your father was the district attorney who handled the Armstrong case.
The case haunted my father. At first, he believed Suzanne Moreau had helped her boyfriend, Noah, to kidnap Daisy, even though there were questions that went unanswered, and a young policewoman refused to let it go, continuing to find discrepancies, but never enough to reopen the official investigation.
That policewoman sits there. Her name is Joanna Locke.
Then tell him. Tell him how in the end my father believed you, how he resigned a job that he loved, racked with guilt that he may have let that monster go free. He died young, broken, his faith in justice broken. That's what Ratchet did to him.
Thank you for your honesty, Monsieur McQueen. Your father is one more victim of the man who called himself Ratchet. Now, I will turn to Ratchet's valet, Monsieur Masterman.
No, probably not. I don't remember if we have any connection. No.
No, Poirot. Remember Ratchet's
Oh,
sleeping
right.
pills.
I failed it. I totally forget. Yeah, sleeping pill.
Ratchet sensed danger close to him and naturally wanted to stay awake. You gave him sleeping pills without his knowledge. Once he was sound asleep, you could do what you had to do in peace.
Sir, I'll tell you the truth. I was Colonel Armstrong's adjutant in the war, sir, and afterwards, I was his valet in New York. I'm afraid I concealed the fact this morning. It was very wrong of me, sir, but I knew how suspicious it would look.
Is that all you have to say?
That's all, sir.
Yeah, bloody well forgot those
To
sleeping
leave
pills.
no suspicious stone unturned, Let us move on to Monsieur Bouc.
What? Me? A suspicious stone?
There goes my streak, but he did not stab. Well, found me a room on the train.
Bouc, my friend, of course you are not guilty. You did everything you could to get me on this train. What madness would cause you to ensure, and I speak with all modesty, that the best detective in the world could be present to witness your crime?
But doesn't our friendship count as well?
Most assuredly, but a murderer can wear all sorts of masks, including friendship. Let us consider our ever-efficient wagon-lit conductor, Pierre Michel.
Yes. Father of Miss Moreau.
No, that is his motive. I need real, tangible proof.
Why did I do that? Yes, you drugged Miss Locke.
Your admission that you drugged Detective Locke immediately incriminates you. But the murder could not have been possible without your very capable assistance. Your knowledge of train procedures made the murder possible, and your position in the corridor of the train allowed you to be the perfect alibi for several passengers. And your motive? Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's poor nanny, who was wrongly accused and committed suicide, was your daughter.
C'est un foiré. He got what he deserved. My poor daughter has finally been avenged. My Suzanne. My child.
Let's move on now to Monsieur Hardman, one of 3 detectives on this train.
Ah! No, no, no! Well, testimony?
Monsieur Hardman, I think you are a real detective, but you were never hired by Ratchet. Your alibi was that you were watching the corridor to protect Ratchet, which, of course, you never did. You protected Pierre Michel. However, we just saw that his alibi doesn't hold up, so neither does yours.
I don't know about the conductor.
Being Suzanne's fiancé, you had a substantial motive to punish Ratchet. You used your detective skills, just as Detective Locke did, to hunt him down and finally avenge the death of your beloved.
That's right, Mr. Poirot. I do have some detective skills.
I never doubted it. Now, Fraulein Schmidt, the lady's maid with the soul of a cook.
Yes, yes. Drugged Miss Locke.
Fraulein Schmidt, you told me of your remorse for drugging Detective Locke. I believe you are sincere. However, as the cook of the Armstrong family, you experienced the drama from within. The death of Daisy, then Sonia Armstrong, who died in childbirth, and finally Suzanne and John Armstrong.
So much misfortune in that poor family. The death of this criminal is only justice.
Let us move on to Countess Andreni. I was impressed by the earnestness of her husband when he swore to me solemnly on his honor that his wife never left her compartment that night. Should I believe it?
Well, that is the question. Honestly, I would say yes.
Even if it seems logical, it's more complicated than that. I believe Countess Andreni.
Wait, what? Wait, did I choose yes? Oh, play. Oh, yes. Don't know. My brains got mixed. This is not going too well. Yes, of course, she did not. Somehow I was thinking that did Count Archery talk the truth? And I didn't read this. Yeah, my bad. Of course, she did not stab because, well, I believe him. I would go with 2 week.
Countess Andrény is young and fit, physically quite capable of stabbing Ratchet. The problem must be somewhere
No,
else.
I was more thinking about her nausea, but... well, morally?
Countess Andrény, being Sonia Armstrong's sister, you had every reason in the world to want to avenge her. But you were incapable of stabbing someone, even after what he had done to you and your family. The night of the crime, you simply took a sleeping pill. I appreciate the irony that nearby, Detective Locke was also in a drugged sleep. When you awoke, you thought the nightmare was over.
Rudolph?
Hush, my love. Hush.
Excellent transition. I was coming to you, Count Andrény.
No, he is stabbed. He replaced.
12 people. A jury. This was very important to all of you. If Countess Andrény did not stab Ratchet, someone had to take her place. And you, Count, the beloved husband. I've seen how fiercely you love and protect your wife.
Enough! I would do anything for Helena. Anything. Even that.
Yes, even that. Let's move on to Monsieur Foscarelli.
Yes. Locke investigation.
Detective Locke found out that you were the Armstrong chauffeur, and that you planned to travel on the same train at the same time as Ratchet. That is what made her decide to obtain a ticket as well. Unfortunately, she could not prevent the murder. Have you lost your tongue, Mr. Foscarelli?
Oh, Daisy. She was the delight of the house. Tonio, she called me. And she would sit in the car and pretend to drive me.
And you, Mademoiselle Olson, a champion for the immigrants, a worthy calling.
Olson. I have no recollection about here. We really haven't had any discussion with her. We have 7 now. So there's 5 more. What do we have left? Can't remember, I can't check it. Okay, I'm taking a wild stab in the dark, and I'll go with a yes, which is probably incorrect or not. I had no recollection about Olson. But I already failed this. This is not going to be a smooth run, so let's go with the yes. Debenham's alibi.
Admittedly, she lied to me about Mademoiselle Debenham's schedule. But one lie does not convict
No.
her.
Okay. This?
Mademoiselle Olson, you
right,
supported
yes.
Madame Hubbard's story about her connecting door latch. A story that I later demonstrated to be impossible. So, you deliberately lied to me, and you also lied about Mademoiselle Debenham's whereabouts.
Enough! I can't take this anymore. I know what you want from me, Mr. Poirot. Very well. Here it is. She was my little Daisy, my angel, so patient. When I patched a scrape or took her temperature, that was my job. but she was so much more to me. She was a shining light in an ever-darkening world. I've tried to honor her by caring for children who have lost everything.
Thank you, Mademoiselle Olsen. You too shed light on your part in this mystery.
Nurse?
You were Daisy Armstrong's nurse. I will ask you no more questions. It is enough that you have admitted what I know to be the truth, and I understand. Let's move on. Dr. Constantine.
You suspect me? I know none of these people. I didn't know Ratchet either, and I've taken a solemn oath to help people, not murder them.
No. Well, I would go with the assistant with the investigation. He could try to give wrong information.
Dr. Constantine was certainly helpful to my investigation, but that does not prove he is innocent.
So we know he's innocent. Oh, right, he was with books.
You are one of the few people in this room not to have any connection with the Armstrong case. Moreover, your alibi is confirmed by Monsieur Book, whom I would trust with my life.
That is very kindly said, my friend.
We now come to Mademoiselle Debenham and Captain Arbuthnot, whose relationship was not in doubt from the moment I inspected your room at the hotel.
You have a bloody nerve.
Indeed, I do.
We're getting married.
Congratulations. But I would rather talk about your relationship to John Armstrong.
Yeah, my biggest problem at the moment is that, well, it's been so long when I played the first episodes that I've totally forgotten things, and now I'm trying to do my best. But they were soldiers. You're colonel. Oh, he was colonel, and you're captain.
My little grey cells did not let me down. Captain Arbuthnot, you served in the army with John Armstrong. What I don't understand is why a man your age is still a captain. One might expect you to be a colonel as well.
Ever fought in a war, Poirot?
It was war that first brought me to England.
Then you know what it's like. There's a shattering sound, and death, and mistakes, acting on intelligence that proved to be wrong. I sent a patrol to their death. Good men, brave men, wasted. John testified on my behalf at a court-martial. I'm not a colonel. I don't deserve to be, you bloody fool. But I'm also not in prison. John remained my best friend until... There, you have my story. Understand now?
Archie, calm down, please.
You're right, Mary. What you see in me, I don't understand.
Oh, Archie, I see in you what John saw.
Miss Debenham, I'm sorry.
My turn, is it?
I'm afraid so. And you have caused me quite a puzzlement. Your connection with the Armstrong family was not obvious. Then I remembered the job you currently hold.
Teacher.
Et voilà. You were the teacher of...
Daisy?
No, she was the teacher of Countess Andrény.
Okay.
You were the teacher of Helena Andrény, whose maiden name was Helena Goldenberg before she married Count Andrény.
Yes, absolutely. Why lie to you? She was an excellent student.
Captain Arbuthnot.
Yes. McQueen's testimony.
You had one of the strongest alibis, thanks to Mr. McQueen. But his testimony melted like a snowflake. There went your alibi. Poof! Unless you have another one. As for you, Mademoiselle Debenham.
I'm trying to remember how many we have left. Yes. It was something not before it's over. It's soon going to be over. I'll go with the birds.
Yes,
Oh
I
no.
remember overhearing Mademoiselle Debenham talking with the captain at Circetchi station. She said, "Not now, not now, when it's all over." That's significant in light of what we now know, but not enough to incriminate her.
Olsen?
Mademoiselle Olsen was the only one who could confirm your alibi. I think you know where you stand.
Very good, Mr. Poirot. Are you satisfied?
I will be soon. Now I must turn to Sonia Armstrong's godmother, Princess Dragomirov.
Yes. Left-handed?
Princess Dragomirov, you weren't on my list of suspects at the start, given your social position.
I left my social position in a cold country.
Do you object to being addressed as princess?
I deny people the opportunity. It makes a good story to tell their friends. It also guarantees a good table in the best restaurants.
Princess, there is also, forgive me, your extreme physical fragility.
It does not stop me when I must be strong.
Indeed. Of more importance, though, is the fact that you're the only left-handed person on the train. And the single blow to ratchet from a left-handed person was very, forgive me, weak. Finally, I'm afraid I know the alibi that you shared with Fraulein Schmidt is false.
You have been very thorough, sir. I hope you will permit me to say we are much alike.
I am honored. Now it is time to end with Mrs. Hubbard, or should I say, Linda Arden. If Princess Dragomirov hadn't told me about her relationship with this famous actress, I might not have made the connection. But you are a great actress, madame. Your performance as a flighty, self-involved woman was superb. I never would have guessed something entirely different. As for what ties you to the Armstrong family, it is obvious.
That I did remember. Sonia's mother.
That was easy. Mrs. Hubbard, you are the mother of Sonia Armstrong and Mrs. Andreni.
Yes. Toilet bag?
Madame Hubbard, you really are a remarkable actress. You put so much effort into your character and into staging the murder. I saw it as a perfect mosaic, each person playing his or her allotted part. So carefully arranged that if suspicion should fall on any one person, the evidence of one or more of the others would clear the accused person and confuse the issue. Everything was meticulously planned. But you hadn't expected that Detective Locke and I would be on this train, and the avalanche would block it on the night of the murder. You had to improvise. But again, improvisation would be another of your skills as an actress. So, you came up with the story that the latch on the door that communicated with Ratchet's compartment was hidden by the handbag.
I always fancied myself in comedy parts. That slip about the sponge bag was silly. Shows you should always rehearse properly. You know all about it, Mr. Poirot. You're a very wonderful man, but even you can't quite imagine what it was like. That awful day, I was just crazy with grief. So were the servants. We decided then and there that the sentence of death that Ratchet had escaped had got to be carried out. There were 12 of us, or rather 11. Suzanne's father was over in France, of course. First, we thought we'd draw lots as to who should do it, but in the end we decided on this way. It was the driver, Antonio, who suggested it. Mary worked out all the details later with Hector McQueen. It took a long time to perfect our plan. We first had to track Ratchet down. Hardman managed that in the end. Then we had to try and get Edward and Hector into his employment. Well, we managed that. Then we had a consultation with Suzanne's father. Captain Arbuthnot was very keen on having 12 of us. He seemed to think it made it more orderly. He didn't like the stabbing idea much, but he agreed that it did solve most of our difficulties. Well, Suzanne's father was willing. Suzanne had been his only child. We knew from Hector that Ratchet would be coming back from the east, sooner or later, by the Orient Express. With Pierre Michel actually working on that train, the chance was too good to be missed. My daughter's husband had to know, of course, and he insisted on coming on the train with her. Hector wrangled it so that Ratchet selected the right day for traveling when Michel would be on duty. And then, at the last minute, you came. For the rest of the story, you worked out everything, Mr. Poirot. You were right about all of us. What are you going to do about it? If it must all come out, can't you lay the blame upon me, and me only? I would have stabbed that man 12 times willingly. It wasn't only that he was responsible for my daughter's death, and her child's, and that of the other child, who might have been alive and happy now. It was more than that. There had been other children kidnapped before Daisy, and there might be others in the future. Society had condemned him. We were only carrying out the sentence, but it's unnecessary to bring all these others into it, all these good, faithful souls.
You are a director of the company, Monsieur Bouc. What do you say?
In my opinion, Poirot, the first theory you put forward was the correct one. Decidedly so. I suggest that is the solution we offer to the police. You agree, Doctor?
Certainly, I agree. As regards the medical evidence, I think that I made one or two fantastic suggestions.
Then, having placed my solution before you, I have the honor to retire from the case.
Well, that could have gone a little bit better on my part, yes. But what are we doing now? Because I know the game continues. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm sorry to wake you up in the middle of the night, Poirot, but it couldn't wait. There was a detail that bothered me in my preliminary autopsy of Ratchet's body. I went back to examine the body and I discovered a wound covered by another. The blow I hadn't seen was delivered by a thinner, sharper blade. So there were not 12, but 13 stab wounds.
12 stabs for 12 jurors. It doesn't work with 13 wounds. The symmetry is destroyed.
It can't be one of the culprits who stabbed him twice?
Doctor, a different knife was used. There is only one explanation. Somehow, some way, there is a 13th murderer on this train.
We must tell Bouc. The case is not solved.
So we are going to find the 13th killer. Interesting take.
Please, come in. Ah, book. I see we are moving at last.
Yes. The way was finally cleared while we slept. If all goes well, we will arrive in Venice this evening. The train will be there for several hours for refueling and reprovisioning. What do we do with the 13th murderer? Do you have a lead?
I thought about it. There is one clue that was left aside in my investigation. The diary I found in Ratchet's safe mentioned an appointment in Venice. Someone with the initials A.W. He will never keep the appointment. But there should be enough time. I must try to keep that appointment for him.
Oh, no. And I inspect it because I have no recollection that was so early. Arriving Venice. Fontana dei Conigli, AW. Nope. Stop. So, meeting point. Fontana dei Conigli. City, Venice. Day 18th. What was the time? No. Inspect. Did we have a time? I can't. Come on, turn it around, please. E.W. Arriving to Venice. Let's go with... Come on. I'll send money to Cairo. Oh, is it there? 10 p.m. then. I didn't check that. That there.
Again. That happens to me a lot.
And I think we'll end this episode here. So now we are in Find Your Hastings. Okay. So now we are in the territory that's not in the book whatsoever. There was never a 13th killer. It will be interesting to see why would we even want to probably find him, because he could play merry hell on the story we just concocted. Because, of course, we could also say that it's not enough that the doctor in the train just checks the body and his word is the one they're going with. It's, after all, murder case, so probably they would still make a proper autopsy. But anyways, I digress. So next episode we are going to see what's happening next. Honestly, I wished I had done the denouement a little bit better, which probably would have been easier if I had made this in a tighter schedule or made a little bit better notes. I totally forgot a few of the connections. Then there was my my brain failing me. Brain fart almost. Well, it wasn't almost, it definitely was, because while I was thinking that of course I'm believed Count Adrenis says and Countess Adreni didn't stab, then, well, that happened. So, anyways, next episode we are going to see what the hell are we going to find next. Maybe it's connected to the money, of course. Maybe something else. And so the question is, it was one of the people who were not accused. Most likely. That would go Sean Fosher, Hotaru Mori, Reya. Anyone else? Well, now the Robert Konstantinov is of course back in the menu. At least those could be a few of the guys who could be suspect. Even both. But I suspect that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.